Working example number 2, determine probabilities from a table. So you roll two six-sided dice, one is white, one is gray. Make a table to show the sample space. So one of those experiments is done down the side, the other one is done across the top. Six-sided die, so you've got possibilities of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 from the gray die, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the white die. So once you've got that table built, then you fill the cells with the possible outcomes. And the first number listed is the white die number. The second number is the gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the second number is a 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with the second number being the 2 on all of these. And the pattern continues. So the first number is the white die, the second number is the gray die. And even without filling in the table's cells, you can see that there are 36 spots, so there's going to be 36 possible outcomes. So now the question is, what is the probability of rolling a sum greater than 10? So when you add the two numbers together, it's greater than 10. What's the probability of that? Write your answer as fraction, decimal, and a percent. So, here's the table again. If you add the numbers up in each cell, you'll have the sum total. And you'll notice that greater than 10, there's only 3 of them. And they're down here in the bottom right corner. It's these 3 that I just filled in. 10 is here, but it's asking for greater than 10. So that does not include 10. So you're looking for sums of 11 or 12. So there are 3 possible outcomes out of a total 36. 3 are favorable out of a possible 36. So 3 divided by 36 is your fraction, which you could reduce down. You could reduce that to 1 and 12, but 3 over 36 is fine. 3 divided by 36 on your calculator gives you 0.8 and then a bunch of 3's, so the 3's are repeating. So you can use 0.83 with a bar over it as your decimal form. 0.083. Multiply that by 100 to get your percent, and it becomes 8.3 with a bar percent. So that is how many have a sum greater than 10. What is the probability that the number on the white die is 1 larger than the number on the gray die? Well, you can go through and you'll see these gray boxes have been highlighted for us. The first number is 1 higher than the second number. And that's the only places that that happens in your chart, are on these 5 gray spots. So there are 5 of them that match that scenario. So you've got 5 favorable outcomes. Again, it's still out of 36. That number doesn't change depending on the question. If you have different experiments, it could change, but given that it's 2 six-sided die, one's gray, one's white, the total possible outcomes does not change. So 5 out of 36 is what you're looking for as a fraction. And that we can do on the next page here. So 5 out of 36. On your calculator, 5 divided by 36 gives you 0.13 and then a bunch of 8's. So 0.138 with a bar over just the 8. There's your decimal version. So we can summarize it. 5 out of 36, 0.138 bar over the 8. Or multiply that by 100 to get 13.8 with a bar over the 8%. So, last question is, what is the probability that the sum of the two numbers is less than 11? Well, let's go back to the chart on the previous page at the top here. Less than 11 is everything else. We did greater than 10, which was these 3. Less than 11 is just the opposite of that. So if there were 3 here that were greater than 10, then that must mean that there are 33, and you can count them, there are 33 here that are less than 11. So we can use that. So the probability that the sum is less than 11 is equal to the favorable outcomes divided by the possible outcomes. Favorable, I said, was 33. Possible is 30, sorry, not 2, it's 36. So 33 out of 36 is your fraction. When you do that on your calculator, 33 divided by 36, that works out to be 0.91 and then a repeating 6. So as a percent, that's 91.6 with a bar over the 6%. So that is the possibility of a sum less than 11. Another show you know? Please go ahead and get started.